What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Coming to you today to talk about the whole Jake Paul, Tommy Fury business. I honestly can't believe this. I can't believe Tommy pulled out. I was looking forward to this fight. I really was. I think, in my opinion, the pressure got to Tommy. There was a lot of pressure being put on him, not only by his opponent Jake Paul, but by his own family. His brother, the fucking heavyweight champion of the world in boxing right now, Tyson Fury, and their dad, John, they were putting a lot of pressure on the young man. They really were. They told him, if he doesn't beat Jake Paul, that he's disowned from the family, and he's going to have to change his last name and all that, because of the bet and shit they made with Jake. And, they said that they were going to enforce that and make sure that he had to do that, and, he was no longer a Fury. Which is a little fucked up, a little bit, but, I mean, I guess from their perspective, you look at their family, their whole lineage is, boxers. You can track it back, a long ways back. They're all boxers. So he comes from a long line of boxers. And like I said, his brother is the heavyweight champion of the world right now. So he's got the best resources available to him, and he's been doing it his entire life. So he should obviously beat Jake Paul. But in my opinion, I don't think that he thought he was going to, clearly. Because he pulled out the fight, I believe, with an undisclosed injury. I think it was undisclosed. It might be out by now. I'm honestly not sure. This has been out since yesterday, either yesterday or the day before. But I know everybody and their moms already talked about it. I'm a little bit late, but yeah, he pulled out with an injury. Not sure what that injury is, but the fight is off. And now Tyron Woodley is stepping in, and they're going to be doing the rematch. Not the fight everybody wanted, but I guess that's the fight that we're going to get. In my opinion, I didn't want to see it, and I don't think Tyron's going to do any better than he did last time. I just don't. Tyron, he's a good fighter. He's a hell of a fighter. Used to be anyway, but he's been gun-shy for years. He's just been afraid to pull that trigger, and it's fucked with him. I think he needs to speak with like a sports psychologist maybe. If I'm not mistaken, I think I might remember him talking about that before, that he was gonna go see a sports psychologist, to get his head checked and shit, just to see what was going on with him, because even he will acknowledge this problem, which is a good thing. It's good that he's not delusional and just out there thinking he's the fucking best in the world still, because he's not. He used to be the champion, but that was a long time ago now. It seems like anyway, but That's the fight we're getting. It's going to be Tyron and Jake 2, the rematch. Tommy pulled out. I can't believe it. What are y'all's thoughts on that? I'd like to know. Drop it in the comment. Let me know what y'all think about it. If y'all think he's scared, if you think he's really hurt, or what. Like I said, in my opinion, I think he's scared. I think he didn't. I think he didn't believe in himself enough to think that he was going to win this fight, and he didn't want all the backlash afterwards. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think Jake was going to knock him out or anything like that. I don't think he would have, put him fucking face first on the canvas like he did a Nate Robinson or anything like that. I really don't. But it could have been possible for him, if we had the right referee in there. Could have maybe got a TKO over him. Maybe. I doubt it, but I still saw him win, probably by decision. Because, you can look back on Tommy. You can look at his fights, and no hate on the dude, really. Because, he'll get there one day if he keeps working at it, but right now, he's not that good. He's really not. He's about on Jake Paul's level, which is, weird because, like I've mentioned a couple times now, his brother is the heavyweight champion of the fucking world. He's got the best resources possible to him, and it's just like he doesn't use it or something. I don't know. I don't think he takes it serious enough, really, honestly. I feel like he feels like he's got that name behind him, the Fury name, and that's all he needs. And we all know that's not the case. He's got to actually put the work in to, be as great as these other Furies. And I don't think he's prepared to do that at this point in his life. He runs around partying a lot, going to clubs, doing ecstasy, always running around with his fucking shirt off, trying to impress somebody. Motherfucker looks like a statue of a Greek god. I'll give him that. But he's not the best fighter. And I think Jake Paul would have got him. And I think he thinks that Jake Paul would have got him. So that's why we're not seeing this fight anymore. And Tyron is stepping in. It's honestly pretty crazy. Like I said, I just really didn't see it coming. But I guess, hindsight 2020, you can look back on it and fucking, Tommy, he's like I've been saying, he's not the greatest. He's not the best. He's around Jake Paul's level. If you look at his record and the guys he's fought, it's all nobodies. All the people he's fought are, just like cans for real, like they really are, which is normal in boxing. It really is. It's what they do. They pad the fuck out of their records, all of them. You can ask anybody that knows anything about boxing. When you're on the come up, when you're trying to make a name for yourself, that's what you do. You pad the fuck out of your record. You fight these guys that ain't so good. You try to get highlight reel finishes. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. You can ask anybody in boxing. That's how it goes. Hell, they even try to do it in MMA sometimes. I'll give a good example of that. Habib. He padded the fuck out of his record. He really did. I mean, I got all, respect for Habib and everything, but he did. He padded the fuck out of that record. He didn't start fighting good people until, way later on in his career. And I think if he would have continued, he would end up getting beat. And I think he knows that, and that's why, he went on and bowed out gracefully at the right time. So, respect to him for that. Whatever he wants to do, that's him. But this video is not about Khabib. It is about Jake Paul and Tommy Fury. And I guess now Tyron Woodley. But fucking back to the cans that Tommy was fighting. You can look at their records, man. Some of the guys he fought. One of the guys he fought literally had 111 losses. 111 losses. What the fuck? At that point, like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? You clearly are in the wrong profession. But, yeah, that's the type of people, Tommy has been fighting. And Jake is about on his level. So, I don't think he was ready. I think he knew he wasn't ready. So, that's why he bowed out. And Tyron is stepping in. And I think it's funny as fuck. Everybody was clowning Tyron, my bad. I always want to say Tyron. Everyone does because, that's what it looks like. But it's Tyron. Everybody was clowning the fuck out of him, because he was kind of like really begging, to get that rematch. When as far as getting the Jake Paul tattoo, I love Jake Paul tattoo on his fucking finger, which is wild. Which he got it in the right spot. If you're gonna get it, right there's the best place to get it. Anybody that gets tattoos and shit, they want to tattoo their hands. Hell, even the top of your hand. Your hands are notorious for the ink to just disappear, especially in your fucking palm, your fingers, or something like that. A couple years, that tattoo's gonna be completely gone. So he ain't got nothing to worry about with that. But a lot of people made fun of him. But honestly, it comes down to, I guess, him giving his word. He did try to back out a few times. He really did. But at the end of the day, he gave his word. And I guess he felt like as a man, that's really all you got. It really is. And so he had to do it. He had to go through with it. And he got the fucking tattoo. So he's going to walk around for a couple years with I Love Jake Paul tattooed on it. But guess what? He's making millions off of that shit. So, who's really the clown? Y'all ain't making that money. Y'all ain't stepping in there fighting Jake Paul. You know what I mean? So, I think Tyron gets the win for real. I really do. Not the win in the fight. Don't get me wrong. He ain't going to win this fight. But he gets the win for, getting the bag. He really does. Because he secured the bag twice now. And this time I think he got lucky as fuck. I really do. Because Jake wasn't going to give him that fight. Unless, they had some kind of plan all along that this was going to happen. I don't think it was. But, I wouldn't put that past any of them for that to be the whole plan that, they were going to hype this fight up, get it built up, enough to push the Tyron rematch. Maybe. It's a possibility. Boxing is it's a pretty dirty sport. Really, it is. It's it's just a lot of shady shit behind the scenes. Anybody that knows the sport knows that. But I don't see Tyron winning. I don't see it going any different than the last fight. I honestly don't. I mean, if he wanted to beat him, he could have last time. You know what I mean? He had dude rocked pretty bad. He rocked dude. If them ropes wasn't so fucking tall, Jake would have went down. That would have been a knockout. I mean, not a knockout, but a knockdown. His first knockdown in his career. And if Tyron would have followed up after that and continued to pursue him and stay on him and pressure him, he could have maybe done something. He might have got that win that night. But, that goes back to Tyron being gun-shy for all these years and him just having that psychological issue of not being able to pull the trigger. He just stood there and didn't fucking do anything. And that led to a lot of people saying that the fight was rigged, just like all of Jake Paul's fight. Everybody says that about Jake Paul's fights. So another thing that got a lot of attention, put a lot of fuel on the fire was old Dildo Dennis. Dylan Dennis throwing it out there on video all the time, talking about how Jake Paul's got it in the contract. He's got a clause in the contract that you can't knock him out, which is ridiculous. It really is. I don't see Jake Paul, ruining his fucking career before it even gets started. If anyone were to find out about that, that would definitely be a career ender. He would not have a boxing career. So I don't see him being that stupid. I know he comes across as a little dumb sometimes, but I believe that's calculated and planned. I really do. To be where he's at, to make the kind of money he's made, you got to be pretty smart. You just do. I know there's some dumbasses out there that end up getting lucky, but I really don't think he's one of them. He's a pretty hard worker, always has been. And a lot of people fucking bash him, but I think he's smarter than people think. But yeah, that's what we're getting, man. Tyron Woodley. My bad, Tyron. Tyron Woodley versus Jake Paul 2. Let me know what you guys think about the fight. Do you think Tyron's gonna win? You think it's gonna be the same as last time? You think Jake's gonna win? If so, how do you think he's gonna win? You think it'll just be another decision like last time, or you think he'll get the knockout this time, or a TKO? How do y'all think it's gonna go? Also, I want to know what y'all think about Tommy. I want to know if y'all think that he pulled out because he was scared, or if y'all think he legit had an injury that he needed to pull out for. Either way, it makes him look bad, in my opinion. But I guess maybe at the end of the day, this doesn't look as bad as him losing to Jake Paul. So maybe he made the right move. Who knows? I don't. But I'd like to know y'all's thoughts on it. Let me know. Just drop your opinions down in the comments. Thank y'all. I'm out. Like, subscribe, share, all that shit. Thanks.